let's take a few and talk about the Smith & Wesson CSX. I've had this for a little bit, put a few rounds through it, and I'm just going to give my updated thoughts on it. So if you're not familiar with the CSX, it's basically what I like to term is basically a micro 1911 design. It's not a true 1911 design, but it's very, very similar. This thing, in my opinion, is meant to compete with like the SIG P238, P938, and whatnot. And if there's any other micro 1911 design guns out there, it's designed to compete with that as well. Is it groundbreaking? No, it's kind of just a design for the people that like this sort of thing. I dig it. I think it's a cool little handgun, especially for concealed carry. There's certainly better ones out there, in my opinion, that I think would lend themselves better if you're going to go this small. But if you'd like it, then hey, there you go. It's very sleek in design. The the thumb safety right here is easy to operate. The manual of arms is much like a small 1911. It does not have a beaver tail safety, which is a good move in my opinion. The palm swell back here can be swapped out for something different, and it does have a little bit of a polymer insert right here to give you a little grip up front. This is a metal alloy frame. Sights are standard 3-dot variety. And overall, I don't experience really any hammer bite with this, even though there's really not a whole lot of beaver tail in the back here. I don't experience it. Overall, this thing's reliable. It's a little hefty in comparison to other guns, but that's just due to its mostly all metal construction. The gun itself, again, I like the design of it. Forward serrations on the slide here. The standard Smith & Wesson peephole right there to see if you're loaded. All good design choices. It is relieved under the trigger guard a little bit to allow you to get high up on the grip. The one complaint I have on this still is the trigger. So the trigger has a false reset, I guess is the best way to describe it. So you fire the gun, it reciprocates, and I'll try and replicate it here. You feel that right there? Or excuse me, you see that right there, and I'm feeling it. This can be a false reset. And a lot of people do that when they're trying to fire this fast. What you have to do, first click, let it all the way out, then you can fire. It's just a training issue. That's all it is. Overall, it's one of those things, if you get past it, train with it, then you'll be fine. That is my one real criticism. I think they're working on trying to fix that. I haven't really researched, honestly. This is the first, I don't know if they have a second generation out. I haven't looked. This is just, I bought this as soon after it came out. I thought it was cool. So, you know, overall, that one little issue, I think if they change that, this would be just an ultra solid little carry piece. But other than that, good to go. It doesn't have a rail on it. I don't think it needs one. You could argue, yeah, you could put a miniature light on it. Yeah, I agree. You could throw a rail on it and do that, but I don't think it's really needed for this particular platform. I think it would really come into its own if more aftermarket companies kind of made out some stuff for it, but I'm not sure if this is going to sell large enough numbers to warrant that. This is one of those, I saw it in the cases for a while at the gun stores, and then, you know, I bought one and I continue to see it for a little bit, but I'm not really seeing them anymore. So I don't know if that is again, I haven't researched as far as if, you know, they're coming out with a new model or just sales aren't that great in my area for these things. I don't know. But overall, I dig it. It's a cool little gun. I really do. I mean, it's one of those things. I have a full-size 1911, so it's cool to have kind of a tiny little guy right here. And Smith & Wesson does make out pretty good products, in my opinion. Their M&P line is just killer. So anyway, there it is, Smith & Wesson CSX. Overall good gun. If you're going to carry it, then feel free to do so. No problems. Just watch out for that false little trigger reset that could trick you. Just make sure to train with it so that way you're letting out that trigger all the way for that true reset, so you can get your fast follow-on shots. All right, thank you for watching as always. Stay safe.